Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's me, Dukect, and I'm back once again. It's been a long while, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a long while since I was doing these streams because my update video on my other channel showed that I was not doing well. In fact, I was sick with a bit of a cold at first, then COVID, but um, recently, not recently, I mean today, I took a COVID test and it comes out negative. So I am COVID free. I am ready to get back into the stuff and feeling really good, really positive. I've been, doing a little more working out a bit, just getting out and trying, doing all these other things. And I'm honestly feeling so positive right now. I'm feeling really good. I am so positive right now of just looking forward for this year. Even though it started off weird on Twitter, but then again, AEW and all the other stuff on Twitter, which I think has been talked ad nauseum. I don't know what I can set my 2 cents on. Is what all I would say about all that stuff would be Tony Khan needs to apologize for all that stuff. And that tweet's still up probably, which is stupid. Just need to take that tweet down, apologize. Big Swole, privately or publicly. Maybe he shouldn't be tweeting that much in the first place. In fact, most people should, but publicans should not be on Twitter. Majority of the time. Have teams on Twitter. That's what it is. That's what it should be. You know, and that's at the end of the day, and be better at not just representation but also behind the scenes type of stuff. So building that stuff up to actually have meaningful championship reigns instead of just having, oh look, we're just gonna have a random black guy as champion and not have any plans to do with them and just fail. See WWE with Big E, Kofi. You could say that, we could say that for the New Day as well. New Day pretty much. And also, let's see. Oh yeah, Lashley. Like, oh, he's facing Brock Lesnar. I'm like, finally. I'm just, but then again, WE just doesn't really have much things to do with. They'll give you a little bit of a taste, but at the end of the day, it just feels like they just don't really have any plans at all. They don't know how to build anything. So it's nice seeing them get their opportunities, but if their opportunities are very limited or they're just there just to cross a checklist, it's not really revolutionary. If you want things like, so congratulations, you got revolutionary stuff, but everyone's booked terribly. So equality, yay! No, I want competency. And I hope AEW has that better for 2022 with TBS. We'll have maybe more women's matches and all that stuff. But that's the future. And by the way, if you have your stuff about this and talking about all this other stuff, feel free to comment. The chat room's on lock as always. Chat room is always on lock here. You can always sit back, talk to me, Dukect. Also, if you want to connect to me, Dukect as well with the stuff you thought last year and everything else was everything else. If you want to connect to me, Dukect, you can use this little link here to connect to me right there. I'll put this in the chat room and also on the description as well, so you can connect to me and talk about the good and bad that was 2021 in wrestling. There was a lot of stuff that happened last year that really, there was still some bad. I mean, COVID, the restrictions, the the lack of getting, going to more places and everything. I mean, the Daly's place in the Thunderdome were nice ideas. They had their moments. You could do a lot more freeing stuff. The cinematic matches. In fact, I think the best cinematic match pretty much at the end of 2021 was Sting, Darby versus Team Taz, Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. Really good stuff there, even though the commentary hurt it a bit. But honestly, I hope they do more of those cinematic matches. We haven't seen much of them because live entertainment and, live crowds like to see stuff in the ring. They don't want to sit there and be like, hey, why am I sitting here at the event where I can just, the event and you know, on the big screen. I have a screen at home, you know, that sort of thing. That's what that's what, my fear is that most of these wrestling companies, AEW, Impact, WWE, and all this stuff, heck, MLW and everything, New Japan and such, will probably be like, we're not going to do any of that cinematic stuff for now because of you know, we can't really do it because of live people attendance, which is good because that's a lot. Someone says it's a bad thing, but I think it's a good thing having crowds back, the connection. Because man, without the connection to the crowd, it's just. I mean, you could have the best wrestling matches, and there were great wrestling matches, but without a crowd, without actually um, that type of you know connection, the cheers, the boos, that type of stuff, it's just empty arenas and all these other things. It just felt wrong, especially when WE did it when it came from like, oh, we're coming from here to um from like the WrestleMania 37 to going right back to the Thunderdome, which just was the shift was awkward as hell. And that was the issue. That stuff like that. By the way, this is just for me rambling. It's gonna be that right a way of rambling. So that's pretty much my show right now. But yeah, that's what you look at what WE and stuff. And like I said, there was some good stuff there. Biggie winning Money in the Bank after building himself up last year within the Intercontinental Championship, even though he had only one feud, and that was with Apollo Crews, and he becoming like how just his whole stick now is that he was so positive stuff. Oh, what's up, Charlie Adams? How you doing? Here, AEW kept saying that's some would say that's a positive thing. That's true. A lot of people are getting good. I think honestly, the only real person that's not really doing much is Andrade. He's feeling lost in the shuffle, but I'm hopeful that he will get back into it. But what else? But yeah, back to my point. I'm just, gosh, I mean, well, how is that? I still don't get that. Like, being proud of your country and native origin is bad. But yet, but if someone was proud about their country here in America, instant cheers. So I don't get that. I don't get the fact that someone being proud of their nation is bad, but someone being proud in America, for the most part, is good. The only one who I think had was that inverse was Kurt Angle when he first debuted. That was it. So yeah. Well, that's another thing. Overstuffing their roster, AEW. But going to AEW here, I think that's a negative. The roster is too huge, some would say. I mean, you can't focus on many other talents, and it seems like there's so many people who are just there that needs to be not there anymore. I mean, they feel like, for example, why the heck is the factory still there? It just feels like it's relics of a bygone era, and they formed up a couple of it was last year. I mean, they formed last year, and they never. They don't really have that type of connection. I don't know what happened, but yeah, it just feels like they're just a relic from the past time, and you know, other places like the Gun Club, they feel like that. It's just relics of a past time. There's so many teams there that are just relics and just don't really in AEW who feel like they just don't really belong. And I understand you will have to reload. You can't just sit and be stagnant with his wrestlers, because if you do become stagnant with the wrestlers and don't sign anyone, well, it becomes stagnant and you're just like, okay, there's no new challengers, or the challenges you want them face are not really built up to. So that's what the issue here is. Issues, man. The issues there. So you need to have a good balanced roster. Um, I think that what AEW is doing right now is just, I think they're just signing people to help them. I just don't see. I don't know what their plans are. I hope that they start building their talents. There are places I want them to go sign, but also let them have a plan with people they do have. All right, that's my plan. I hopefully they can do something. Right now they're doing something released with Jay Lethal, which is good. But yeah, and also Daniel Garcia, really good too as well. So shout out to them. There's some really good stuff going on there. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Charlie Adams is the elite are signing their friends. It'd be good. Yeah, newcomers that weren't taken. But then again, we just saw Dante Martin versus Powerhouse Hobbs. You saw, Derek Garcia, Sammy Guevara, main event. You are seeing teams like, say, Bear Country versus, like I said last time, they do rotate. They rotate. My thing is, I want that I just want AEW to start actually, which they are doing, rotating, putting people there, all this type of stuff, making each champion division. But I want them more clear. I want, for example, they're having like more women feuds, like for example, what's going on with let's see, Layla Hirsch and the alien chick. I can't the name sometimes. Uh, let's see. I just need to. um, Chris Statlander. Yes, Chris Statlander. My mind goes a little bit loopy sometimes, but yeah. I'm hopeful that with AEW and stuff like that, I'm thinking that they start building more women's matches and you start building them up. Maybe have one or two women matches and more segments and such, and build like hey, build up a because their TBS division is starting up with Jade Cargill. I think they should have more, you know, more women in there, more women feuds, not just for the AEW Women's Championship, but the TBS title. Start having more matches, more screen time, and also again, that'd be good. But also have purpose to them. I don't want them to sit there and just say, okay, it's a checklist. I don't want checklist type of stuff, which some people are happy for that. Not me. I want actually people who are there for a reason. Also, maybe, you know, start making, having like clear divisions or something like that. I mean, I would like to see, I'm not saying cruiserweight division because cruiserweight division is dead. I mean, it's a relic of the 90s and early 2000s. You have cruiserweights winning world championships, so no, you're not having cruiserweights division, but I think maybe have the TNT championship. I don't know what they're gonna do with Guevara and Cody. Let's talk about a relic from AEW's past. But he's finally going to probably do the turn the heel thing, which he might do and will do. When he does, it will probably be people are going to be happy because heck, I got like I think tickets to see him coming to yeah. The tickets to when it comes to DC, that's nice, but I just wonder what they're gonna do with him. But yeah, they wrote, which is true. Too many wrestlers get lost in the shuffle, and you only watch them in dark or dark elevation, which is fine for the younger talents because sometimes some of the young talents need to get that work and put them in these other positions and that sort of thing. But yeah, it seems like I think they should do a hiring freeze right now. Only people I think they should hire, maybe Shane Taylor, Productions, Shane Taylor STP, Shane Taylor Productions, and more women for their women's two women divisions. That's it. And I just rotate back and forth and see what's going to happen. And, in the Intern TD Championship, I will give them a pass for it because COVID. Again, COVID is still a thing, and I hope that Cody gets better. I hope that the whole Rhodes family gets better. COVID and the Omicron variants and everything else. I went through that. It's not fun, and and just what's going on in the real world. We have all this other stuff that's going on, and like everyone else said, I want at least the intern TNT championship. I don't know how long Cody's going to be sick, but I suppose he's going to be here, going to be in DC. And if that's the case, I expect there's going to be a unification match. Yeah, and also, yeah, I think they're already going to people. I mean, Big Swole left. Marco Stunt pretty much is gone. I think Luther's going to be gone. This is going to be released with their contracts. So there's going to be a lot of people going, and I think that's what's going to be. They're not going to, a lot of people are going to leave as well. I don't see they're going to go to WWE. Who knows? But yeah, I think someone like Brian Cage would be perfect. Oh, dang. How the hell WWE didn't hire Brian Cage is just always going to be a mystery to me. I don't get it, and I'll probably never will. Yeah, vacate it. It was no. Oh, vacate the. Oh, wow. No, I think there's a story brewing with Cody doing this. And I always say this: there's a story that's coming into it. There's always a story with it, so we never know. But that's just it. But let's go back to the year of 2021. Again, all the stuff. We get back to 2021 with AEW. If we want to keep with AEW, I would say the positives there is the women's division. They got better. I mean, Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, just really good stuff. And I can't wait for them to actually finish their feud off. Main event, a pay-per-view, not once but twice, but that's just me. That's what's going to be it. Also, I want to see more women wrestlers, get more of the spotlight. I mean, for example, Sheeta and Serena Deeb, that was great as well. I love that feud, and I love the way they start the feud. And here, just to have Serena Deeb just breaking, just beating up the crap out of Sheeta, and then when she comes back, it's gonna be even better. I can't wait for that. But yeah, I think AEW's women's division is great. And you know what? The women's division that really got hurt. Just see. Um, uh, the WWE's women's division. Let's see. Um, let's see. Where is it? The WWE Queen of the. Let's see. Where is it? Oh gosh, the Queen's Crown tournament. Let's just see if I can see if I can get some good, at least a decent picture or something for it. There it is. And open a new tab. Let's see. Let's see if it's gonna. Yes. All right. Let's get this thing up. Uh, this right here was probably the absolute low point of not just women's wrestling, but I would say WWE wrestling, of one of the low points of WWE, minus the releases. And I said it, yes. I mean, this is the Queen's Crowns tournament. This is supposed to be this huge, important women's tournament. This is supposed to be one of the most biggest tournaments the first time they did this. And what did WWE do? They have only a couple minutes, and then they had, and by the way, the finals were going to be in Saudi Arabia, which is just perfect. And then the winner is Selena Vega, who is, I don't know, women's tag champ. Sure, that tag division is dead because there's no tag teams, and the last tag team that won broke up. Of course they did, because Nikki Cross was once a superhero, almost a superhero, then turned to a villain, and it's a mess. In fact, the whole women's division just looks completely in a, you can say negative. Oh, there was Brock and Barrell and Sasha Banks, main eventing WrestleMania Night 1, good stuff. But Bianca Belair, just, I think that's the problem. Like, you can look and say the Kofi's run, she didn't really do much afterwards. She was still in that first gear, And you'd think that second gear was going to hit when Becky Lynch returned, and then boom, lost, and then she never really got her mojo back. She's she's just there, and I hate that. And I honestly think she should have won the Queen's Crown, at least get some momentum back. Instead, she's just, I mean, the only thing momentum, she just dropped on her head, which was that was a nice she just picked up and took down Dewdrop. That's I'm like, wow, that's impressive, but I don't know. I hope she wins the Royal Rumble so she gets her shot again, but right now I just don't really care. I just don't care. I'm saying this Queen Crowns tournament. I don't care about that. And in fact, here's the screwed up part. They used Charlotte Flair's promo or whatever. All hail the Queen in all the promos and ads. She wasn't even near this tournament. In fact, let me just see. She was like the Queen's Crown tournament. Was she even in the Queen's Crown tournament? No, she wasn't. You kidding me? Oh, what's up, JC? How you doing? Yeah, the horsewoman or Alexa Bliss. You're done. Oh yeah, and let me just see if I can get this. The people here. Let me just see if I can put this right here. This is the entire tournament. All right. Okay. Queen's Crown tournament. There you go. And look at this. Look at this. You see this? Zelina Vega, Tony Storm, 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Liv Morgan, 1 minute 47 with Carmella. Dana Brooke versus Serena Baszler, 1 minute and 25 seconds. Dewdrop versus her and Natalia Raw. Zelina Vega, 2 minutes and look at this. And the longest one is 5. Look at that. This is back to old divas times. And by the way, like I said, where's Charlotte? This screams for Charlotte Flair. Seriously, this screams for Charlotte Flair. Come on now. It pretty much foreshadowed that when she was looking at one of the King Ring tournaments, like that. She points at that right there would be nice, but it's except for the Queen, and she's always called by she's the Queen. You think she would have anything to do with that tournament? Instead, no, she doesn't. Could someone make that sense to me? Anybody? Anyone? Hold on, get something to drink right quick. Meanwhile, in the TBS tournament, let's see if I can get right. Let's see if I can get. Yeah, here it is. Let's look at this. Let me see. All right, let me stop sharing of that and share. Here we are. Boom. Let's look at this. In fact, the only one, the shortest match was Red Velvet and the Bunny. That was it. Everything else, Jamie Hayter takes out that Hikaru Shida, took out Serena Deeb. Put up a Ford, loses Ruby Soho. See, look at this. Each match made importance. They had all these type of all these things were important. Each one match was important. Every match they had actually time. They built it up. They made this important. But like I said, look at the Queen's Crown tournament. They just feel like an afterthought, and it's way too late to actually do anything to it. You can't make, the old saying goes, you can't make a second first impression. Because when you look at least TBS championship, at least the women's championships in AEW look good. Here, let me just again look at the go here. Here we are. Here, does anyone care about Selena Vega? Anyone care? Anyone? Hmm. Oh yeah, Royal Rumble this year. And by the way, shout out to Mickey James, who's just taking a paycheck, getting the Impact title and everything. But let's be honest, that's not gonna really help. She's not winning. She's gonna be there for 5 minutes and out. Yep, then they're bringing back the divas again. It's the diva mania. I mean, you got people power, John Laurinaitis, man. Mm. That's gonna be great. So good. So good. I can't wait. I just can't. But all the other stuff. But no, I don't really feel bad for Selena. She went back to WWE. She went back there. So hey, I hope that all that stuff is good. Hey, I'm hoping everything works out for her. I hope she has everything that works out for her. But she did it. Yeah. Okay. What? Let's see. We could talk. Well, let's see what else happened in the year of our previous year, 2021. Ring of Honor. It pretty much end of an era, which I was there. It was a fun time, and I have to say something, man. It was a little bit of a downbeat, but in the end, it was a great show. Final battle, and now they actually are doing the stuff. Like, hey, maybe Ring of Honor isn't dead. They saying it's a restructure. Maybe it's not dead. Maybe ROH isn't dead. Maybe that's the hope. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it will continue on to something new, about something more positive. But yeah. What's up, G Nation? Yeah, but I'm hopeful that Ring of Honor gets back on its feet. And back to WE, the releases. Oh Lord, the releases. So many of them. Oh goodness gracious. Let me see. Let's see. How many releases did they have? Let's see. All right. Oh look, 80 WWE stars were released. 80. 80. Oh, sweet Lord. That is you can build an entire federation with that. Just think about it, man. You can make an entire freaking just an entire um you could do an entire roster. An entire that's an entire roster of a federation and such. I mean, the big ones, Bray Wyatt, you got Bray Wyatt and such, you know, Bray Wyatt, Samoa Joe, who re-signed and then got signed to NXT, win the NXT championship, then got hurt, dropped the title, and then gets released this year. Crazy. You know, I mean, just look at these lists, man. It's crazy. It is so insane of the entire releases here. Just look at this stuff here. Hmm. Andrade's gone. Mojo Raleigh, Bo Dallas. Bo Dallas was retired anyway. Tucker. Remember? Oh, Tucker? Yeah, Tucker Otis, Henry Mysterio. They broke up, didn't even have a feud, and he had a pointless time. The only thing he did was win the 24/7 championship. That was his entire run. And looking greasy on television. Jeez Louise, that was terrible. You have Velveteen Dream, which all the drama that he had, man, talk about ruining his own career and that stuff, man. Then you have Brian Danielson. But he was in Velocity back in the day, so that like his second release or third. I don't know. Braun Strowman, who I'm surprised that AEW didn't pick up. I'm still disappointed by that. Aleister Black, who's doing good. Ruby Riot, Ruby Soho. That's Ruby Soho. I mean, Tony Nese, Killian Dame. I think 2.0 was gone too. Yeah, Bobby Fish gone. Leon Ruff gone. Tyler Russ gone. Adam Cole, baby, gone. Ember Moon, gone. Eva Marie, Frankie Monet. Frankie Monet was on there for 7 to 8 matches. How does that work? Keith Lee. Another guy AEW should hire. I don't care. I know. I should have said don't hire him. Hire Keith Lee and Mia Yim. They'd be both great. And don't have any type of time. Don't even mention the word retribution ever again with them. Now Jack's probably going to retire, or she's going to come back for the Royal Rumble. Who knows? Drake Maverick, I wouldn't be surprised. Impact, he goes back to Impact. Isaiah Swerve Scott, that dude has talent. I would say make room for him AEW, but I would say maybe, he just floats around. You got John Morrison's gone. Tegan Knox, Top Dollar, gone. Jeff Hardy, Kyle O'Reilly. Look at this. 80, all these people. Look at these releases. All of them. I like I said, you can build an entire roster. An entire roster. But that alone, look at this roster you can build. You can have a decent company built around majority of these people. I still can't believe they dropped Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt, man, they screwed him up so badly. Yeah. Just weird. And it's insane. Oh, and Tony Storm quit. That's true. That's Charlie. I love that. Let's see. Okay, hopefully still alive. All that good stuff. But yeah, but it is. It's all this stuff happened in the world of wrestling in 2021. Mostly WWE releases, and the rating. The ratings are still going down, and no one seems to care. No one. And it's weird that they just can't. It just seems like they just don't care. WWE does not care, and have even without their roster, even with all the stuff that's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Really need help at this point. Yeah, a lot of stuff is for WWE. I think there's gonna be more releases this year, and it's a shame. But yeah. Hmm. 3 hours was the worst thing that ever happened to Monday Night Raw. Well, yeah, but they make money from it, so you can't really do anything about it. You can't do much about that, ladies and gentlemen. They're still going to be doing that for a long while. Very long while. Well, that's what it is. But here's hoping they'll change that, but not anytime soon. But yeah, it's going to be, 2021, like I said, a lot of big moves, big things. To me, the best pay-per-views, quite honestly, were the AEW stuff. that was more memorable with the appearances and the moments and all this stuff. And WWE had some good stuff too. But yeah, my connection. Oh dear, my internet's going off a little bit wonky for a second. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Now it's saying excellent connection. Oh gosh, my internet is acting all. Hmm. Yeah, just just want to make sure everything's looking good. Yeah. My thoughts on the MLW lawsuit. That's thing, which I mean, to remember this, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go back, all the way back to WWE has it is a monopoly. They tried multiple times to stop a Ring of Honor to do that New York show. G1. Yeah, that's what they So yeah, it's just that you better. And I'm gonna say this: if you're going to do this, you better. And I will say this: you better if the MLW, you better have your P's and your Q, all of them. You make sure all of them like you dot your I's and cross your T's, all of that stuff. Because WWE's lawyers, man, they don't mess around. WWE lawyers don't mess around. They don't. Ah, oh, that's good. You can hear me now. That's great. My my internet was acting all crazy for a second, but yeah, that's good. Let's see. Uh huh. Everything looks good now. And but worst comes to worst, I got my backup here, so I can put all the stuff here. Uh, but yeah, it's just I'm gonna just continue to just look at the MLW stuff. Is the MLW G Nation and everything? Um, they better come full. Jeff Farmer better come full force with it because if they screw around, you know what's going to happen? WWE might just say, "Oh yeah, we'll just countersue," or you're going to pay all the damages, and well, MLW just might just gone. They're gone. So don't mess with them. That's what I'll say. Don't mess with these people unless you got like a you know any type of you know just any type of a plan. You know, they better have a good plan for that stuff. They better have that good plan and make sure that they do not mess this up one bit. But who knows? Maybe this is all just one big grift. This could be just one huge grift. Who knows? I'm hopeful that they know what they're doing over there. Court Bauer knows what he's doing, going after these big dogs in WWE. If this is all what he's saying is true, because a lot of saying that WE saying supposedly Stephanie McMahon stopping the MLW thing allegedly because they didn't want NXT to you know compete, which I'm like MLW is not really a big thing. MLW is not AEW, so they're fine. But it would be really sad that they are so scared. WWE is so scared of any other wrestling company that they had to shut down or basically try to block MLW for even trying to get a wrestling show on Tubi for like on Tuesdays or whatever. How pathetic is WWE at that point? How pathetic is that? It's pathetic. Really is. But that's WE now and then and forever. They just seem to, they don't want competition. WE does not want competition. In fact, most of these companies don't want competition to mean that they have to start, working hard, actually paying their work, start actually doing right with their employees, that stuff. But that's not going to happen. They just want to keep their whole thing nice and tight. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Anyway, you know what? I'm going to end it right here because I got other stuff I have to do. I got to finish writing this Matrix stuff here. I got to do a preview video of Terminus. All roads lead to here tomorrow. Oh, NXT 2.0 opinions. It looks nice, but a lot of old folk watch it. Too many old folks watching it. Too many old folks. Too many old people watching it. And doesn't matter how many times they'll try to look cool. Most kids ain't caring about NXT. You know that, and the most funny thing about that is you got a character on there that falls asleep. There you go. Falls asleep watching a program. What else do I need to say? That's all I have to say about that. They need kids in NXT 2.0. No kids are watching it right now. They ain't watching. But that's my stuff here. Thank you so much for watching. Charlie Adams, JC9086, G Nation 23. Thank you so much for being here with me, Dukect. Give it a like and subscribe, all that good stuff here. Anyway, don't worry, the Dukect Lounge will be back once again next week, as I got some stuff to talk about. I'm gonna have more stuff to talk about, and probably some more, not just pro wrestling, but also some video games, all the stuff. Because man, I got the stuff to say about entertainment stuff. I've been gone for too long, ladies and gentlemen, too long, and all that good stuff. Too long away to be, that's to be and everything else. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Dukect here. Peace and love. I'll see you when I see y'all later.